just like hockey, because you're drafting 18-year-olds.
Right.
You don't know. The level of competition is different in different areas of the country, and it's just, or the world for that matter. It's just, it's hard to figure it out. But you would hope, drafting as high as they picked, that you should be able to figure this out.
Yeah. How's that hope working out for us?
Well, Casey Mize he's got a couple good starts under his belt this year. His ERA is 2 runs better than what it was last season. So that's the kind of improvement I want to see. I'd like to see more consistency out of it, but there's no questioning his talent. He's got it. But Torkelson, just reading, we don't get to watch him play, but I check the box scores every night, and it's just brutal. Yeah, it's a brutal start for him. And he's a guy that really missed out last year and not being able to finish his college season. It would have been obviously was drafted where he was drafted, and if it were a normal year, he would have gone right to the minors and gotten his feet wet. Instead, it's you're delaying it by a year, and it's a tough go for him. Riley Green's been better like that. Matt Manning pitched well last night. He gave 3 home runs, but they were solo shots. But he's got talent.
Gator, I have good news for you. Actually, some good news I think that you'll like.
Really?
The NFL announced the 2 London games, and the Lions will not be one of them. Because there was a story that the Lions might be going because Atlanta and Jacksonville are hosting the games, and there was a thought that maybe the Lions would play Atlanta again because they had that thrilling Mike Smith time management game.
1.7 miles. Turn left onto West Long Lake Road.
Jaguars and the Falcons will be playing the New York Jets.
I guess I'm happy that the Lions are playing. And no, John, I cannot stand the games that played in London. It makes no sense at all.
Agreed.
It makes no sense.
About it. I love that the game was over by noon.
Oh, I know. That one game when I played Kansas City, and we had a show, like breakfast at McAllister's. It was fun. 9 o'clock.
Yeah. Just have the rest of the day to watch football.
Yeah.
The only game on.
I don't like Thanksgiving versus the Bears. I liked it so much better when they alternated NFC.
It's, you know what, though? This year, we're not sure what the Lions are, and I'm pretty sure the Bears are in the same boat. Bears are bad, Lions are bad. Let's see. Give the Lions a chance to win on Thanksgiving. It could be Justin Fields we're watching.
By that time, you're right. It could very well be Justin Fields
by week 1.
Instead of Andy Dalton.
It could be, yeah. So I don't have a problem with that. But when I was driving, I was listening to Stoney going off on that and hearing about all the great teams. You mentioned Pittsburgh and the coin flip game. The Pittsburgh game is near and dear to my heart because I go back when I was younger and we had all of our relatives come in. My cousins from Pittsburgh and my cousins from Milwaukee came in. So we all piled into a van, went to the game, sat in the end zone. All the kids sat in the end zone and the parents sat in the good seats. And we loved it because the Lions won like 48-20 or something, like 48-10. They just destroyed the Steelers. My cousins were all.
My nephew and my cousin came in when the Eagles came here a few years ago. Calvin Johnson had like 3 touchdown passes.
Receptions, yeah.
Yeah, what I said.
Yeah. Was he Tim Tebow?
Maybe.
It's for you, John.
Yes, exactly. What do you guys got down today?
It just made my head explode.
Obviously, a lot with the NFL schedule, the Dr. Anderson case in Michigan, some changes in our state. We got some fun stuff planned. Still waiting word on Jeff Blashill. I like Mojo's theory. Do you think Heisman for now? Oh, yeah. You got to be with Blashill.
All right. Have a wonderful show. Have a great day, everybody. Carson Anderson next. 97.1 The Tick.
WXYT FM and WXYT HD1 Detroit. An Odyssey station. Sports headlines. All day, every day. From the Sold by YC Sports Desk. This is 97.1 The Ticket.
Good morning. The Detroit Lions will open the season at home with a 1 p.m. game against the San Francisco 49ers. The balance of the NFL's 17-game schedule this year will be revealed tonight at 8 p.m. Meanwhile, the Tigers beat the Royals last night 8-7. Matthew Boyd throwing 6 shutout innings, allowing 4 hits. He struck out 5, but the Tiger bullpen, of course, made it interesting after the Tigers led it 7-0 in the 8th. It took a Robbie Grossman RBI walk-off single with 2 outs in the 9th to drive in his 5th run and lead the Tigers to victory. Casey Mize goes to the hill tonight against Danny Duffy for Kansas City 7-10. at the half and turned it over 28 times. Pistons record now 20-50. Timberwolves are 22-47. According to a report from a law firm hired by the University of Michigan, administrators missed warning signs and failed to stop the sexual misconduct of the former school doctor, Robert Anderson. Stay tuned on that one. Big bad Bob Backward, the trainer who has over 30 horses failing his career drug tests, including Kentucky Derby winner Medina Spirit, is being allowed to have his horse race in the Preakness. He, however, will not be there. And Michigan gets 3 courses in golf weeks. The latest top 100 public course ranking. Nationally speaking, Arcadia Bluff. That's in Arcadia. Great Walls of Marquette and the 2 courses of Forest Dunes make the cut. You guys ready yet? Got the ticket update desk. Update lesson. More 97 to run the ticket. Odyssey.com.
Frazzled to start the show here, but it's okay, Doc. It's okay because we're gonna get it together. I'm thrilled that the Tigers were able to hang on and win the game last night.
Are you?
Not completely below the 7-0 lead. I was getting a little bummed last night. You know, your starting pitcher goes 6 shutout innings. They take him out, and your first guess, and do you take him out at this point? Well, yeah, it's a 7-0 lead going into the 7th inning. He doesn't have to pitch. You take him out, it's fine. Lang goes in there, pitches a good inning there. Now you're going to the 8th inning, you got a 7-1 lead. You think things are safe. Lo and behold, Doug, not so safe. Not when you've got the bullpen the Tigers have, which, the Tigers have that mix. They've got some guys that are dependable, reliable, and then they've got guys that, no, they're not. And because of the way that we're at in the beginning of the season, it's just, it's trial and error with guys. Can they get it done? Can they not get it done? I think it's clear one guy can't get it done. And it's really a shame because he has so much promise a couple years ago. But Joe Jimenez is a detriment to this team at this point. Did they show the stat when he got in there to the game last? He was 8 of the 11 batters he had faced, he'd walked.
Unbelievable.
I mean, were they serious with that statistic? It was nuts.
So, yeah, and then he probably, gives up
the next
run jack and didn't make it out of the inning after the home run, gave up a single. And you heard in the broadcast, they said, well, AJ doesn't want to do this, but he has to. And, yeah, that was, it was part of an all-around collapse because eventually Cisnero came in and, just it blew up on him, too. And 7-0 became 7-7. That's one of those games that when it's over, you're just like, whatever. Because it shouldn't have got to that.
No, it never should.
Clearly shouldn't have got to that. But anyway, that was part of the story last night. The Pistons loss was another part of the story. And also yesterday, Gator, Michigan released the Dr. Anderson case. It wasn't really Michigan. It was the independent firm that they had hired.
Yeah.
And now it's, you look at these things and I go, all right, we've seen this stuff before. We've seen it happen in other places, and Michigan's not immune to it. And unfortunately, roads lead back to Bo, and so you got to do what you got to do, and you got to handle it appropriately. I'm no expert in this field of damage control when it comes to this kind of thing, this and say, here's what we're going to do to make it right. Because you can try that, but then you're not going to make it right.
No, you can't make it right.
You're abused, but you have to respond in an appropriate way. And whatever that is, whatever, they've got to learn from mistakes made in the past at Michigan and elsewhere when it comes to how you handle this. Because what's different about